The White House is more than just a structure commemorated on the $20 bill. It is also a governmental landmark because it is home to the first family. Let's take a look at some of the most expensive features of the White House. Given that the White House is one of the most vital buildings in the world, it's critical that security precautions are in place to keep everyone inside safe and secure, with emphasis on the word alive. That is why running the White House can cost up to $1.4 billion per year, with security being one of the largest expenses. The White House has 147 windows, each with another layer of ballistic glass that costs $100 per square foot. With a standard window being 21 square feet and the majority of the White House windows being large and ornate, it's safe to say that this can quickly become expensive. We can say with confidence that the bulletproof window expense would start at $308,000 on the low end, and given how big and elaborate the windows are, we can safely assume that the cost is more than $1 million. One of the most bizarre security rumors about the White House involves several apocalyptic bunkers that are more than 1,000 feet underground. One of these bunkers was supposed to have been built in 2010 during a $376 million project to allegedly improve the electrical wiring and air conditioning units. The secret 2010 bunker is said to be large enough to accommodate the entire White House staff indefinitely. Making it onto the White House lawn would require a huge dash of dumb luck. You'd have to be stupid to try, and hopefully lucky enough that at the same time as you did, a squirrel triggered a sensor. It would be foolish to attempt this because the fence alone detects pressure and alerts security whenever someone or something applies pressure to it. The White House sits on 18 acres and is 55,000 square feet in size, making regular fencing incredibly expensive. The average civilian iron fence costs $36 per linear foot, and covering the White House's 3,500 feet of fencing would cost $126,000. That does not include the pressure sensitivity feature. It also wouldn't be 13 feet tall. If your dumb luck got you through to the fence, or if you're a kid small enough to fit through, there are infrared sensors that cover the entire perimeter. While a civilian can purchase an infrared sensor for around $30 online, we have a feeling that this security technology is more sophisticated than we can acquire. There are strict no-fly zones around the White House. If you are caught trying to fly too close, you will be given one warning, and if you do not make adjustments, you will be taken out by surface-to-air missiles. For obvious reasons, the location of these missiles is kept secret. We do know, however, that they are dispersed throughout the city to safeguard the White House from all sides. Military technology is not inexpensive. Depending on the type of missile used, it can cost $500,000 or as much as hundreds of millions of dollars. The Secret Service has to be one of the most daunting security forces in the world. Given that there are 1,200 agents working any given 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So there's not much, if anything at all, that can slip past them. There are an additional 2,800 agents who do not wear a uniform and operate in broad daylight. The average salary for Secret Service agents at the GS-13 level can range between $75,000 and $100,000 per year. That means their salary alone could cost nearly $400 million, not including travel nor training expenses. The Belgian Malinois dogs that roam the grounds are another adorable but lethal security measure. These canines can reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour and must undergo 20 weeks of training before they can work in the field. As a result, you can expect them to be as disciplined as their human Secret Service agents' counterparts. This terrifyingly intelligent dog can cost between $6,500 and $8,500. When you are one of the most valuable people on the planet, it is critical to maintain a work-life balance that includes some leisure activities. An indoor pool was built for President Franklin D. Roosevelt in June of 1933. While the pool has since been covered, it was cutting edge at the time, with underwater lighting and sterilizers. Roosevelt swam in it almost every day because it was his preferred type of physical activity. On average, a modern indoor pool costs $95,000. This pool would have cost between $10,000 and $15,000 to build in 1933 because it would have had to be dug out as well. When President Ford took over, Roosevelt's pool was no longer functional, so he added an outdoor pool with a secret tunnel leading to it in 1975. President Obama had a tennis court converted into a full-court basketball court, complete with pavement markings and removable basketball hoops. While painting the court lines may not be that expensive, those two removable basketball hoops are. The price of hoops is around $50,000. Because the hoops are portable, the court can serve as both the original tennis court and the basketball court. Depends entirely on which sport the president and their guests prefer. Other personal additions are First Lady Wilson's Rose Garden in 1913, President Eisenhower's Pudding Green in 1954, President Clinton's Music Room in 1996, and most recently, First Lady Trump's Tennis Pavilion. Being the most important person in the world sure has its advantages. Throughout its history, the White House has undergone numerous changes. The dates 1792, 1817, 1902, and 1952 are engraved on the floor of the entrance hall as the most significant. 1817 represents the completion of the rebuilding from the fire that occurred during the War of 1812. The fire severely damaged the north side of the building, necessitating a total rebuild, while the east and west walls were severely damaged and required replacement. This partial rebuild is estimated to have cost more than $300,000, which translates to approximately $7 million today. The third date embedded in the floor is 1902, which represents a remodeling overseen by Theodore Roosevelt. This is when the West Wing, a section of the building, was added. Offices and living quarters were also relocated. During this time, the President's office was relocated from the second to the newly constructed third floor. This project was estimated to cost $467,000, which equates to $16 million today. The 1952 renovation was known as the Truman Reconstruction. This project included many of the elements that we know and love about the White House. The total cost of the overhaul is $5.5 million or $61 million in today's dollars. A $3.4 million renovation was completed in 2017 that included a new HVAC system, upgrades to the building's IT systems, and repairs to the south portico steps. For a building built in the 1800s and even set on fire during the War of 1812, the White House has clearly undergone extensive renovations. Some were more concerned with structural integrity, while others were more concerned with security. And given the 46 different personalities who have occupied the Oval Office, some of them were more for fun and relaxation than anything else. The original cost of building the White House was $232,372, which equates to nearly $5.5 million today. According to Zillow, if one were to make a cash offer for the White House, rather than earn the occupancy through a presidential election, one would need to bring $469,514,300 as of July of 2022. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to our luxury channel so you won't miss all the new videos that will be coming out.